Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and sit back in your chair. Relax. And we'll start like we do every week by grounding. So you can find a spot right on the base of your spine. And just as easily look down to the very center of the earth and connect those 2 points with a big, you can use a tree trunk where you're sitting on the stub of the tree and the roots grow down all the way to the center of the earth. And take a couple of deep breaths and just allow those 2 points to be connected. Making that grounding cord. And just release the energy of the day. Anything you didn't get to, anything you got to. Just breathing and letting go. And as you do that, kind of put your attention right in the very center of your head, right back behind your eyes, just letting your body relax so that as you ground, the spirit part of you comes into your body. And there's room for you to be. And from that space, we're going to work on a couple of energy tools before we do this soul retrieval. And the first is a level of amusement, finding a little amusement. So ollie ollie in free, wherever you last left it, call it back so you can use it. And sometimes in some situations in life, they were serious. So if you have a little bit of amusement, it helps bring that energy back. And we're not going to bring it back in a hard form. We're going to bring it back, the energy, in a very neutral place. And so amusement and neutrality really help you call back your energy from past lives, from your childhood, from being an adolescent. So just for a minute, find that place of neutral where it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. Little tiny amusement with that. The ability to ground, to be connected and in your body. All of these things help you when you're doing energy work to have more of an awareness and perspective and to be able to retrieve your energy with no effort. And then just a little bit of imagination because it makes it easier to see. So just giving yourself permission. Sometimes we just know it. Sometimes we see it. Sometimes we feel it. So whatever method works for you is fine with me. And breathe and really validate that body sitting there, letting it get quiet so that the spirit part of you can do some work. And this is bringing that awareness to your physical body. And you're going to be bringing this energy back to the body from wherever you left it. And we've all had different experiences that caused us to leave a little of our energy in a different place. So it's great to bring it back. And the soul will be retrieving or bringing its energy back, and the memory and the feeling will come back. And we're going to be asking, like, what is appropriate? It comes back a little at a time, and you can bring it in, you can kind of filter it so that only the good stuff comes in. Obviously, you wouldn't want the negative energy if there is any. And you don't have to bring it all in. It's not like a dump truck where it dumps everything out on top of you. You can bring it in a little at a time, whatever works for you. So I want you to have a little discernment and really ask yourself, how much would you like back? And I'm going to kind of tell you about a couple I just read as an example. This man was very rigid, very from the military, very controlling. But he created a lady who was a very bright light. She was joyful and happy and loving. And he would get jealous when she was with her kids or giving attention to anyone else because he wanted it all for him. This is just an example of what can happen to a soul. So he starts to push away the very thing that he wants the most, and that's love. He gives all these examples of what his wife does wrong, doesn't like how she spends her money or her time, all the things that he's holding against her. And it's hard for her love to get in. It's hard for him to receive it. So most relationships start with love, gazing into each other's eyes, kisses, being gentle. And then what happens? Pain lights up and we shut down. We're afraid to let that love in. And so tonight we're going to start to do a little clean out on some of this because all of us have some matches, some similar life experiences, some places that are different. So we're going to start with our heart chakra. You know where your heart is. So just know you have an energy center right next to it. And I want you to take a deep breath. And you're just going to clean out that heart chakra so that you can let love in. And you might look at resetting the colors. What color do you see in there? And is it the color that you want? When you look at your relationship space, it's like a mirror and it mirrors our connection with Source. So if we can't have that place with our partner, it also kind of reflects some of the places we can't have the Source's energy. Just curious. So take a deep breath and just start to imagine. You can imagine you have a dust cloth, or you can just let your hand scoop out any energy that doesn't serve you and throw it down your grounding cord. And just cleaning out that heart chakra so you really can let love in. And you might notice what kind of love you've let in before. Have you loved someone who wasn't available? Did you pick someone as a partner who couldn't love back? Was it a one-way street? And again, this love relationship really mirrors our relationships to the Source. So what gets in the way of you not having your partner or not having communication? And clean it out. looking at both your relationship with a partner and your relationship with source, and cleaning both of them. And using those tools of neutrality and amusement, imagination, like what's the best kind of relationship you can imagine? Create a brand new space for it. Because as souls, sometimes we get stuck in pain and we lose ourselves. So, what we're going to practice tonight is finding that neutrality and bringing those aspects back to neutral so you can have them. Maybe you haven't had a happy relationship. Hey, it's not too late. You're alive. No effort. And so, just as you imagine the colors, the feeling, that quality, it's really fun to ask for the soul that can go the distance with you. You can ask your present partner, soul to soul, hey, let's change our relationship. Let's have more fun. Hey, as long as you're going to be living together, you might as well be enjoying it. What the heck? So, really creating more room for whatever it is that you want. How do you want the communication to flow? Can you add some laughter in there? Can you add some neutrality? We're kind of in a place in astrology where we have all these planets in retrograde. So it's like going back and healing any old wounds. And sometimes we have some walls that build up in our communication space. So it's being able to clear that communication space so that you can really have a great level of connecting. But in order to do that, you got to take those bricks down. You got to let those walls go. And the great thing about energy is it takes no effort. So you can get out a magic wand, you can get creative here. And just release anything that gets in the way of you having what you want. Even if you've never had it before. Hey, it's a great day to start. So putting the colors in, the quality of energy, a dash of amusement. And allowing yourself to be seen and loved for who you are. I think all of us want to be appreciated for what we bring. And it's kind of fun to see, how do you show up most of the time? Are you grouchy? Are you in a good space? Are you laughing? Are you taking it serious? All of these things are great abilities. It's just how you use them and when. So this couple I described in the beginning, where the man was very rigid and the woman was full of love and joy, he wanted that so bad that he was afraid to let it in. And the more we talked about it, the more he could see it. And it's like he started relaxing and letting, I would say, his guard down. And the woman was able to, meet him halfway, and they really started to heal that communication space. You got to have a beginning if there's a little bit of stuck energy. You got to start somewhere. And this to me is a lot about what soul retrieval is about. It's healing your soul essence, bringing the positive aspects of yourself back that have been lost. So it's not about the negative act, whatever it was that happened. We don't care. It's really looking at how do you bring that sweet essence back? Because, at different ages, at 7, you don't know. A decision you made at 7 may still be running your ability to have love. You're not 7 anymore. So different lifetimes, different ages. Hey, you made a choice. You didn't know all the choices you had. And you can lose yourself in many different ways and many different times. So again, I want you to find a little bit of amusement before we go hunting. Take a deep breath and just let your body know you're going to bring these soul essence parts of you back. And it's going to feel good because they're going to come back in neutral. And it's going to be a great way to heal yourself. And souls you can get lost in your own reality or in another reality. It might be in a different galaxy or on the astral plane in your dream space. So there's all kinds of places you can lose your energy as a being. So click your heels together 3 times. There's no place like home. Dorothy in Kansas and the Wizard of Oz. She just had to have a little bit of amusement. Then she could find her way home. So taking a deep breath, I'd like you to, with your own awareness, to look at birth to 10 and just kind of let any of your aspects of yourself that got stuck in those ages come back to you. Doesn't matter what happened. We're not going for the negative. We don't care about the story right now. I'd like you to call back any of your amusement you lost, any of your soul essence, any of the brightness in you that got dimmed. Just take a deep breath and look from neutral at what color starts to come back to you. What vibration comes in? So any place you got stuck, birth to 10, you're just going to call it back in neutral. You can pretend you're a little detective and you just found some. And as it comes back, it's going to come back right above your head, right above your crown chakra. And there's a space there about 1 inch to 2 inches above your crown. And that's where that energy comes back. And again, you can bring it in all at once, or you can bring it in, just let it trickle in a little at a time. But it's going to come back in a neutral vibration. It's not going to come back with any pain. So just let that good stuff in at a vibration that works for you. And it's kind of exciting to have it come back. And then take a deep breath. And then you're going to go for the teenage years. Oh, for joy. Let's go from 11 to 19. Just see what's happening there. Those are a little bit more volatile. You're discovering your own power. You're coming up with your own truth. Trying to figure out who you are. So have a little amusement and start to call back all the energy you lost in your teen years. Any parts of you that got trapped, got stuck in trauma, whatever it is. And as it comes back, you can even ask, what was the story to that energy coming back? If it's from the teen years, you can ask what age. Again, we're not getting stuck on healing the pain. We're just bringing any of your essence that got lost, any of your soul, whether it was in school, a beginning relationship, dating, hanging out in high school. Maybe you started working as a teen. You might have had your first boss, other than your mom and dad, of course. So just letting that energy come back, calling it all back from your teen years, all the way from birth to 19, calling your essence back wherever you lost it, wherever you left it, with a little neutrality and amusement. And then sometimes you can kind of look and see, did anyone have a hold on you in those first 20 years? Is anyone holding your energy? And just communicate to them, soul to soul, that they have to let it go. You're taking it back. And again, you're going to take it back in neutrality. It's like, oops, sorry, no longer belongs to you. It's mine. It's coming home. And again, have that tiny bit of amusement because it really helps free up that energy. And just tell that part of your personality to come on back. And as a body, you can really welcome this soul essence part of you that's returning to you. You can imagine opening your arms and giving it a hug, bringing it into you, validating what was lost and now is found. And take a deep breath. And then look at from 20 to 30, that time period. And some of us old dogs can go all the way to your present age from 20. That could take a week, but we're going to do it rather quickly. So just look at any trauma in that part of your life, any place you've left your energy. Could be at work, could be a partner, it could be a parent, could be anything, a child. And just start to call that part of you that you might have lost back in neutral. Just reclaiming it for yourself. And breathe. And again, it's going to go first to that place right above your head, about 2 inches. And it's going to kind of collect right above your crown. And as it does that, you can decide how much you're ready to bring in. And again, it's going to come in neutral. It's not going to have any heaviness or anything like that. It's going to be just your pure soul essence. And ask how much is ready to come in. And let your body tell you how much it's ready for and bring that amount in. You can bring it in at kind of a liquid gold color. So instead of like molten lava, you can think of kind of that liquid gold. Just filling every cell of the body with your essence. And just notice you can do a little gauge from 0 to 100 and see how much of that energy is coming back. And then each of us have our own personal record keeper. And you can just call in that record keeper. They usually come in and stand right behind you or to the right of you. And just ask them. You can imagine the earth and throw a little gold pixie dust on it. And have them go collect any place you've left your energy on earth. Have them just call it back for you. Go get it. And you can look at the earth, and there's certain spots that might have a concentrated amount of this energy. I know for me this lifetime, I knew I had to go to Egypt, Tibet, and Italy. Those are where I had the biggest chunks of energy. And it was really fun to go there, travel there, and collect it. And that's one way of getting your energy back is traveling. But it's a lot cheaper to sit at home on your couch and just do it as a soul, and it's just as effective. So give yourself a little permission to have your record keeper call all that energy back and bring it to you. And again, let it come in right above your crown, right above the top of your head. Kind of like a little waiting station. And then the body gets to decide how much to bring in. And just start to fill in again with that liquid gold from those places it came back from Earth. And as you do that, you can ask yourself, how much more of yourself are you getting back as a soul? And how much of your own power are you getting back? some of the lifetimes, we lost some of our personal power, and that'll be next week. So we'll be visiting some past lives and claiming some of that life force back. So this will be a 4-week session. And just notice where you are now, because next week you're going to get a whole different amount back and you want to be able to compare. So how much personal power do you have right now? And there's no right number. 100 isn't necessarily the number you're going for. How much of your essence as a soul do you have right now? You can thank that record keeper that brought all that energy from the planet back to you. Let him step out. And then take a minute and look inside your body and ask, is there any place in particular that needs a healing? Because you have this little reservoir above your head. And you can just imagine bringing it down to your heart if you need a heart healing, or your knee. Wherever you need a little healing in your body, this is a great way to bring that energy in and own it. It's neutral, it's like brand new energy. So you can use it to heal yourself internally. So take a minute to give a little healing to your body. You can bring it to your blood, your lungs. With this second wave of the virus, you can use it to boost your immune system. And just put a little joy in it, put a little amusement. Let it flow like liquid laughter through your body, giving yourself a healing. We know laughter and amusement really boosts the immune system and helps you to heal. So when you do healing with your body, it's great to give it a little amusement and joy. Let it know you appreciate it and you're helping it. And just see how that feels to you. Just giving your health and your vitality a boost. And just imagine bringing the vibration in every cell of your body up. You can talk to your DNA and just say, hey, this is a whole body healing tonight. You have all this new energy and you can use it to give that body a boost. The great part about working with the DNA is it knows exactly what's happening in the body, where we can't keep track of all the cells. Sometimes we don't know what the kidney cells are doing, or the toenail cells, or that's a lot to keep track of. It's a big body, but your DNA does. So just giving them the job of repairing the body wherever it needs it. And this is one way that the soul works with the physical body. It's a partnership. And the soul loves bringing the energy to the body in order to keep it healthy. So it's a win-win, an unbeatable team, a spirit and a body. Excellent. And just notice, how you feel now from when you first came in tonight. And just validate your ability to heal yourself and increase your awareness. I want to say next week I will be in Kentucky at my stepmother's funeral, and Debbie will be teaching, and then I'll be back again. So we just happened to have a doctor for my stepmother when she was in hospice in the hospital, who totally believed in amusement was a tool for healing. And she wouldn't let them move her from that room. So she was there 3 weeks, where usually they move you to a different facility. But this doctor was just amazing, stood her ground and said, nope, she's not going anywhere. Put her in a bigger room so my family could be there with her. And she had a wonderful death, very peaceful. And it's nice to be able to go back and celebrate that completion of life. So I will come back to you, but that's where I'll be next week. And Debbie will be here with you.